Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how you can actually multiply two matrices. So let's say we have the first example, matrix A 3 2 7. So this is a 1 by 3 matrix, and we have another matrix B which has the element of 6 3 4 negative 8 5 7, and the order of matrix B is 3 by 2. So one thing to note that when dealing with matrices, order actually matter. A multiplied with B is different from B multiplied with A. AB means that we start with matrix A, then multiply with B. However, for B multiply with A, we start with matrix B, then multiply with A. We must make sure that the column of the first matrix has the same value as the row of the second matrix before we can do any multiplications. So in this example, since the column of the first matrix is 3 and the row of the second matrix is also 3, we can do multiplications for A and B. Let's start with the first multiplications. So we have A multiplies with B. Before I do anything, when A multiplies with B, we should get orders of 1 by 2 as the answer. So here is how you can do the multiplications. For the first row and first column, which is the first element, we use 3 multiply with 6, we have 18. 2 multiply with 4, we have 8. 7 multiply with 5, we have 35. So the summation is 60. 1 for the first element. For the second element, we use 3 multiply with 3, which is 9, and 2 multiply with negative 8, which is 16, and 7 multiply with 7 is 49. So we sum the three numbers, 9 plus 49, 58. 58 minus 16, we have 42 as the second element. So to remind you that when we do multiplications, we must make sure that the column of the first matrix, which in this case is 3, must be the same as the row of the second matrix, which is also 3 here, before we perform any multiplications. Let's start off with the second example. Let's say if we have matrix X, element 2 6 5. So this is a 3 by 1 matrix because it has 3 rows and 1 column. And we have another matrix Y 2 3, and this is a 1 by 2 matrix because it has 1 row and 2 columns. So before we perform any multiplications, we must make sure that the column of the first matrix, which is 1, is the same as the row of the second matrix, which is also 1. So this multiplication can be done. So let's say if we have x multiplied with y, so we are supposed to get a matrix with 3 by 2 as the order. So 3 row and 2 column. So let's start off with the first element of the answer. So when you multiply, you look at the first row of matrix X, you multiply with the first column of matrix Y. So 2 multiplied with 2 is 4. So for the second element, which is in the first row and second column, we use 2 multiplied with the second element of matrix Y. 2 multiplied with 3 is 6. And for the second row, we use 6 multiplied with 2, which is 12. 6 multiplied with 3, 18. And for the third row, 5 multiplied with 2 is 10. And 5 multiplied with 3 is 15. So remember that we must make sure that the column of the first matrix must be equal to the row of the second matrix before we can do any multiplications. And the answer of the multiplications will have the order of the row of the first matrix, which is 3, and the column of the second matrix, which is 2. So I hope you have learned something new about matrices, and if you want to learn more about matrices, you can check in the descriptions section of my videos. Thank you.